Afternoon, my fellow human beings. Dion here. Just passing through. Don't really feel inclined to be online at the moment. Just watching the TV news. It's all I needed to sort of steer me clear of the whole how we're moving as a global community side of things. It's a pretty sad state of affairs to ask me, my fellow human beings. At the end of the day, we're a subspecies of mammal and we reside on a finite nature planet. All our cultures, all our personal face, the system we live by. If we don't bring it all back to that basic fundamental level, as in the foundations, we are in trouble on an intergenerational level. So when I say subspecies mammal, finite nature planet, I recommend we start there, and then what's our long-term objective as a global community? Factor in all our cultures, all our personal face. It's got to be an intergenerational scenario, as in long-term, 100-year blocks I recommend. If we're to have any chance of getting through the path we're on, as in surviving it, really, I don't think we understand. We're staring down the barrel of a mass extinction level event scenario. Pretty serious stuff. Scary stuff. Anyway, the me online side of things, I've been at it for a good dozen or so years now. In amongst it all, I'm pretty entrenched. It's been that way since day one, really. Strictly speaking, I'm on the home stretch side of things these days. I've always been aiming towards a long-term objective in regards to why I'm online. I've always called it Point B. Basically, a totally transparent, all-in, globally based discussion. The word democracy has definitely got to be involved. And what we'd be talking about is our long-term objective, where we're heading as a global community. But fundamentally, what is the objective that we're aiming for? You've got to factor in all our cultures, all our personal face, etc. So in regards to that side of things, I do plan on recording some subject matter based, or either audio format chats or video format chats as this year pans out. I don't feel under too much pressure to, get that side of things done at the moment. All things factored in, I've got some stuff going out here in my little world. I've got some stuff going on. It's interfering with my ability to get things done as such. I wouldn't say it's a lack of oxygen to the brain or anything like that, because it's nothing like that. That's already been resolved. But I do have a breathing issue going on. Me sitting here talking at the moment, I wouldn't overrate that. Very deceptive. As quick as environmental factors change for a bunch of reasons. It's this house I reside in. It's not my home. It has reached a point where back and forth trying to resolve the situation. Basically, for the entire time I've lived here, really, it's had a bit of a mould on the ceilings, dew on the walls sort of scenario going on. I never thought much about it. I was always appreciative to be living here until it got out of control, my breathing issues. I initially noticed my breathing issues 3 or 4 years ago. Took steps. First thing I did was gave up cigarettes, cold turkey. Sort of riding it out until the end of last year, 2024, beginning of summer last year, gasping for breath. That's when the hospital side of things started kicking in. Initially emergency department, the last time, a couple of months ago, ambulance, cardiac care unit for 3 or 4 days, unresolved. And as I said, it's not really an oxygen related issue. Tests are done, etc., etc., etc. There's something else going on, and I'd bet my life on it at this point in the game. It's the underlying issue is this house. Trial and error over a period of time. When I'm not here, it's a little bit better breathing wise. Takes a while. It doesn't just happen. As soon as I come back here, you can feel it in the air. It's got a dusty sort of wet rag sort of feel to it. It's a problem for me breathing. So a bit of back and forth. I was trying to get the issues resolved. Like I said, mould on the ceilings, dew on the walls type stuff. end of last year when I started looking into it, I quick smart realised that it's only a couple of years old air conditioner was riddled with mould. So back and forth trying to address the situation as in maintenance, sort it out. I've always been appreciative to live here, so I'd hope to see my days out here, but I don't think it's going to pan out that way at the moment. I'd be surprised if it does. Once end of last year arrived, I started bouncing back and forth with the maintenance folk who are looking after this property in regards to what can we do to sort it out. Eventually we got to the point where they were going to do some work on the place, put some lino and carpet, etc., new air ventilation ports in the house, etc. As quick as they started doing the work, more issues were discovered. When the lino chap was putting down the lino, he discovered a soft floorboards issue. So that would have taken a while to occur. So as quickly as that was discovered, I started looking around. I'd always noticed out the back problem with sub-ventilation ports, the location of them. They're at ground level, literally. So, I'd say this house has had a long-standing rising dampness type issue, and it's most likely been the underlying issue in regards to all the other issues. So once I discovered the soft floorboard side of things, it was more a case of, okay, I've got to be relocated. So at the moment, I've filled out the application forms to be relocated. Priority relocation forms, I think they're called. Don't know how it'll play out, but in the meantime, I'm having trouble with breathing, and I really wouldn't overrate me sitting here talking to you breathing. It really is a dire situation. I've just sort of picked my moment, time of day, etc., environmental factors. As quick as tonight arrives, I'll be gasping for breath again. I'm not sure the night-day thing. I'm pretty sure, or maybe I have an idea. It's environmental factors, more moisture in the air outside, etc. It's getting under the house, that sort of stuff. But yeah, it's definitely a lot worse at nights. It's quite bad. Some days are worse than others, but progressively it's getting worse. As I said last year, it got pretty dire, the end of last year. So in the process of trying to move, not sure how it's going to pan out, and that's kind of where I'm at in my little world out here. It's quite serious. It's taken my focus away from the whole online side of things, which has taken me a good dozen years to get myself in a position where I want to push forward. So currently I'm just riding everything out, hoping it'll pan out here, and I can put more focus into why I'm online. For instance, I've got to do some subject matter based chats, whether they be video or audio format. I'm not really too fussed at this point, and I do plan on getting there before the end of this year plays out, but I call it the home stretch side of things, my timeline wise, not our timeline wise in regards to our earth problems. It's more my timeline wise. I've got the rest of this year, so I'm not, strictly speaking, I'm not under any pressure, although I do say that we are under pressure in regards to our earth problems, not to mention our internal problems. That's pretty scary stuff as well. So that's kind of where I'm at, everything right across the board. Let's say it's expected of me to take the above and beyond approach in regards to my applied online activities re our earth us problems. I'm pretty entrenched to have a close look, but let's say it's expected of me to take the above and beyond approach and get it done in regards to the audio chat side of things, or the subject matter based chats. It's a big ask at the moment. Like I said, I'm struggling with my breathing, and as I said, deceptive. I wouldn't overrate the fact that I'm here talking now, but it takes its toll. I'm not getting any real REM state in as far as sleep wise. It's not happening, so I'm not in a place where I could just jump in and do like hour long chats in regards to subject matter based chats. Personal face, cultures, population, that sort of stuff. Got to be in a better place. In which way I'll sort them as the year goes out, but to jump in right now, I'd rather be in a place where I can get a half a dozen hours sleep in a night, not be worried about gasping for breath every night, etc., etc. So if it's expected of me to take the above and beyond approach, then, I kind of expect that my situation out here can be resolved, or will be resolved, in regards to, get me out of here, get me in a place where I can sleep better, etc. And, then I can divert my attention to, back to the online side of things, as in seriously. But for the moment, it is what it is. We're all doing the best we can for the situations we're all in. Unfortunately, I've got myself in a situation where I don't really have much choices in regards to the place I reside in. It's just is what it is. Life circumstances, life. So, yeah. Anyway, what else? I think I'll leave it there, my fellow human beings. Just passing by. Yeah. Regards, Dion. Peace to you and all, including all future loved ones as yet to come. Gone.